Hey, what's up, family? Just doing a little bit of rattle making here and wanted to share with you the process. I actually made a mistake on this rattle. So, this is a buffalo hide rattle head, and the lacing that I was using is not long enough. So now I'm having to go back in and basically remove the stitching and start over on the sewing. So wanted to show you the process. I have two different rattle heads here. They're sewn together, if you can see there, with some lacing. And now I'm using this antler to kind of remove the parts of the lacing that are no good. So I'm going to show you here. So this is how it's working for me. Going through the process here, removing the lacing. Now, what happened to... Oh, excuse me. Man, this grass around here is just, man, intense. I went to the park today to work out a little bit, and I can tell you it was like, whoo, I could feel the grass in my nose. And you come outside and it's the same thing. So this buffalo hide is real thick. If you notice how thick it is compared to the elk is a lot thinner. And what happened was I went off the measurements that I normally use for the elk, and unfortunately the lacing just wasn't enough. So now we're going back in. I'm going to go ahead and light a little of this medicine here, light up a little sage, try to get myself in the right mind frame. When I'm doing this work, making a ceremonial rattle, I always want to remain in a good way. So I'll just bless the process here, give thanks for the animal, all of that. You know, it's important to have kind of that space set for yourself to maintain your ceremonial process. So it's pretty easy going as far as removing the lacing. You might run into something like this, though, if you're going to make your own ceremonial rattle. Now, this is how I kind of get it loose a little bit, and then I'll take the antler, put the antler underneath and pull on it, and that's a good way, too, of getting it out. So we're just going to make our way all the way around, and then not to waste this lacing, I'm going to pull the lacing on the side. So you know, when you're doing artistic projects, a lot of times you're going to run into these little sorts of things. You know, things where you didn't measure something right, or you didn't exactly take your time, and you know, you can really get down on yourself when you're doing something like this. But it's important just to stay in the right mindset. You know, just tell yourself, hey, it's a learning. You know, life is a learning process. So, and that's what we're doing right now. We're learning how to deal with the perfection of the imperfect in making this buffalo hide rattle. But that rattle is really nice, isn't it? Like the color on it and everything. I'm going to enjoy putting this rattle together. It's just a matter of getting the lacing undone. And then I'll show you guys how we're going to actually restitch this. So you can see that process as well. I have this new camera stand here, and it's working really good. And yeah, so it's giving me a better angle. I'm excited to do some inlay with this new camera stand as well. Really show you all that process of the inlay. So just removing the stitching here. We're getting down almost to the bottom. We just got a little bit left, and then we'll go ahead and move into cutting our cord, cutting it and getting it reestablished. So, wow, is it a nice day here in Phoenix? It is so beautiful out today. Perfect day to be at the lake. You know, I really enjoy paddleboarding. Paddleboarding is one of my favorite pastimes to do in the summertime here. Just, you know, get off of work, you know, get out of hospital, drum circle, and Sometimes we'll even have the paddles loaded in the van, ready to go right from wherever we're at. Sometimes we go to the east side over to Saguaro Lake. Sometimes we go to Canyon. Sometimes we go to Apache. But most of the time we go to Pleasant. So I'll be right back. I'm going to have to go for a second here. I got to go inside. So I'll be back. I'll be right here with you all shortly. Tune back in if you're interested in watching this process of removing the lacing from a rattle. Be right back.